All right, most high in Christ. How we sound, Trooper Albot?
Still waiting on it. There it goes, popping in now.
Most high in Christ.
Still waiting on it. That's YouTube. YouTube's waiting.
Oh, yep. Most high in Christ. All right, let's clap it up. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, Fayetteville, North Carolina, under Commander General YAHANNA, okay? And if you're not familiar with the school, today across the nation, it's the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. So every brother that will be speaking across the nation, all his scriptures will be based or geared towards teaching a brother and sister about brotherhood and sisterhood. You understand what I'm saying? And with that being said, we are not affiliated with any other group that's on the face of the earth, okay? Because if you think that you're in any other fake Israelite group, you don't have Tuesday night Brotherhood class, okay? This ain't something that you're getting. You don't understand what brotherhood is if you're not in the Isupk, okay? And I say that, and I make a bold statement, okay? You're not getting it in the Christian church, okay? They teach you to walk over your brother. They teach you to prosper over your brother. You understand what I'm saying? They don't teach you how to stay together and how we all gather together. You know what I'm saying? So let's first, if we could, Baba Kuchal, let's start off with Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. Everybody know this scripture, but we got to go ahead and let everybody that's out listening, let the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians know who it is that we're talking to, who the Most High is talking to. Okay.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
For thou art an holy people. Okay. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are holy. Okay. And it's not what you were taught in the Christian church. Okay. It ain't none of that bobbity, doing magic. Whatever it was that you have ever thought about being holy in the Christian church, it is not that. All right. Holy means separate. It means set apart. Okay. So it says, thou art an holy people. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are set apart. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going, brother.
Sir. Unto the Most High thy power. The Most High thy power has chosen thee to be a special people.
Most High Christ. It says the Most High has chosen Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. You know, I know in the 2021, that's something that you can't believe, right? We're in the worst condition across the nations. In every nation, we are in the barrios, we're in the low state, right? You can't believe that the Most High said that Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are his chosen people, right? Right. Said we special, right? All that talent that sit in the barrio, all that talent that sit in the hood, that goes unseen, right? You only see on TV the 1%, the 0.5% of what we got to offer, right? We don't understand, right? We're a special people. We are not like everybody else. Right. But the reason why we're special is because we have the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Right. We're held to a standard. And if we don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments, like thus saith the Lord, the Most High deals with us harshly. Okay, keep going, brother.
Unto himself, above all people.
No, we are equal to people.
Above all people.
The scripture just said we above all people. All right. That don't sound like equality, okay?
Right.
If you seen the thumbnail for the starting of the class, at one time our forefathers and foremothers had to drink in a different faucet, right? Because Caucasians said what? They better than us, right? They ain't even want us to sit at the counters that they were sitting at. They wanted you to wait for your bus in the back because they ain't want to look at you, right? Right. This concept is not new. All right. Some people believe very falsely that they're greater than us, and they under the wrong impression. Right. The Most High said we above all people. Keep going, brother.
That are upon the face of the earth.
And that means from itty bitty village in Bangladesh to right to the Georgia Caucasus Mountains in Russia. We are better than every single stinking heathen that's on the face of the earth. Okay,
Right.
it ain't nothing wrong with saying that you better. And when you look at your family in a microcosm, like just look at your children, look at your uncles, your brothers, your nephew, you will say what? We better than everybody.
Right.
You proudly say that. But look at it on a greater scale, right? Every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian is your brother. He's your family. You know what I'm saying? And think about it like that. There's nothing wrong with saying you the best. Christianity got us, it has dimmed our light. We don't even believe in ourselves no more. Okay, and I brought that out just to start off the topic, since we on brotherhood, and since we in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I think that a lot of brothers and sisters don't know. Fayetteville is the second biggest military town, right? We don't understand as Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, as because of Christianity, that the Lord require you to be a soldier. Right. It seems you see in Christianity all them songs and dance, and when you a real man, you in there real uncomfortable because you know damn well you're not gonna get up and dance down the middle of the aisle. You know you're not gonna do it, right? Because that's foolishness is not what the Lord wants.
Right.
The foolishness that goes on in Christian church is not what the Lord wants. He wants you to be a soldier. You understand what I'm saying? So if you know anything about a soldier, trooper, what would you say that a soldier has to be, or what are some of the traits he should have?
Like what makes a soldier got to be disciplined.
Discipline. Most High in Christ. Got anything else?
Salaki, he gotta, he has to know his role and know how to do his role without stepping into anybody else.
Most High in Christ. You got some Trooper Ayahannah Salaki.
Salaki is a soldier. For one, he has to be brave and he has to know how to stand on his own 2 feet.
Most High in Christ. Courage. Courageous.
Slaughter makes a soldier follows directions.
Follows orders. Most High in Christ. Y'all brothers getting it right to what we were getting into, okay? And overall, and when Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians join the military, you looking for a brotherhood, right?
Right.
Right. That's and it's so poignant that we talking about brotherhood, right? Those traits are exactly what all encompasses a brotherhood. See, our brothers, we joined those police forces, and they told you what, you part of the blue line, right? You got some level of protection. Some Caucasian will stand there and be your brother. He'll have your back, and the whole time they lying to you. You join Esau military, and you go down range. They thinking about plotting how to kill you because you really not their brother. You understand what I'm saying? You just numbers. I don't know if you ever heard that when you in Esau military, they say you numbers. They throw numbers at their enemy, right? Meanwhile, they glorify the special forces because what? They the cream of the crop. They ain't somebody that they throw numbers at. They throw brothers throw brothers, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians at the enemy. You understand what I'm saying? We don't know. We think we joining a brotherhood in that thing. But only real brotherhood you're gonna get is an ISUPK. That's right. And guess what? There's some real soldiers in here. Okay, let's get Leviticus chapter 19, verse 11. All right. We're gonna first start off with the brother's point about following orders. Okay.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 11. Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another.
In a brotherhood, can you steal from somebody? Right? You can't steal from somebody, right? If somebody don't trust that you can't keep your little grubby, sticky fingers off their stuff, you already starting wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Right. We are not to deal falsely one to another, right? And guess what? We not to steal. And guess what? Guess what else? We not to lie one to another. This about trust. That's the first thing in a brotherhood, right? I got to trust. I got to trust that you're gonna do the right thing at all times, right? I got to know that as a soldier, that when I'm vulnerable, when I'm asleep, there ain't something that you doing behind my back. You know what I mean? All right. The scripture just said, "Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely." How you deal falsely to your brother? Trooper Ayahannah.
Salakia is like scamming them.
Most High in Christ, right? So it's one thing to steal, and then it's dealing falsely, and then it says you shall not lie one to another. So you're right. There's a difference between dealing falsely. Like you got to be upfront about your intentions. Right? We don't do no I'm trying to pick the right words and I'll say the wrong thing. we don't do no snake things in Israel. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We ain't grimy, we ain't slithering and plotting on one brother and putting another brother against. That's what our enemies do. Right? We straight up, we stand and we look each other in the eyes and we say what we mean, and that's what we stand on, right? Guess what? That's what a soldier's looking for, right? Okay, let's drop that, brother. Let me get Leviticus chapter. We're gonna go on down to verse 17. Salakia.
Verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Break that down for me, Trooper Albot.
Salakia for me, sir. Saying like you shouldn't have no ill thinking of your brother, because the heart is synonymous with your brain, because the heart just pumps blood.
That's right.
So when it says you shouldn't hate your brother in your heart, it's talking about your head, your mind. So you shouldn't look at your brother and have hatred for your brother.
That's right. Okay, but so what's the definition of hate? Can you tell me what hate is?
Slack Mason, according to the scriptures, hate is to be separate.
To separate yourself. So let's look at that first part now.
Concept. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in the heart. Salakia, sir. It means since it's your brother, you got to come together with your brother,
right?
Not separate. Zephaniah 2:1.
You should
gather together.
That's right. We're gonna go on that one too. But what's heavy about just knowing that this is saying not in your mind. Don't even think about separating from your brothers. Right. You already starting off on the wrong foot, thinking about, oh man, I don't even want to be around them. Right. You already starting wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Just think about any brother that you ever seen behave in that way. His spirit already off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know the brother that don't want to be around the brothers. He stand out like a goddamn he stand out like a lit Christmas tree. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't want to be around you. He want to separate himself from you. Keep going, brother.
Concert. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Okay, Salakia. So you shouldn't hate them, but you should. It's something that you should do. What is rebuke?
It means to correct.
Means to correct. Okay. So it says you shouldn't hate them. You shouldn't separate, because that's why people usually separate, right? That's why a brother would separate. Oh man, they ain't nothing but a bunch of fools, man.
Right.
So you sitting there watching them doing things that they shouldn't do. It's saying you should not hate your brother in your heart. You should not separate from them, and you should rebuke them. So instead of turning your back on them and let whatever evil fall on them, you say, hey man, hey brother, you shouldn't do that, man. You shouldn't do that.
All right.
You got to be a little bit smarter than that, man. We better than that. You don't hear this in the Christian church though, right?
Right.
Christianity tell you what? We are what they say is it's basically one for all up in that thing. Mm-hmm. Like I'm getting mine, what you getting? Right? I got these my rib got a Birkin bag. You know what I'm saying? What you doing? That type of spirit is in the Christian church, right?
Right.
Keep going.
No answer. Salakia, and not suffer sin upon him.
Not suffer sin upon him. Okay, keep going.
Verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. Right? We already know. Oh, Salakia.
Salakia. What you were bringing out earlier about the other point, what I've noticed about the Christian church and those that teach that prosperity doctrine, it's all about selfishness, man.
Selfish.
Get yours, like you were saying, And it's like, it's kind of crazy. You just focus on the blessing. You just focus on the increase. You focus on your harvest. You know what I mean? So it's like, you don't give a damn about what anybody else got going on. You're just focusing on getting you. And it's
that's right.
Wicked, man. It's a lot.
No, that's heavy. And so to hear scriptures being broke down like this, like especially if you're a brother and sister and you just start hearing about the ISUPK, you should tune in more, right? Because it was things that I thought that I was good at. Like I thought I was the best brother. Then come to find out I was evil. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Is this the sheer things that you think is acceptable that you taught in the Christian church? That's totally false, right?
Right.
You don't get taught this right here.
That's right.
They don't break these scriptures down. They don't even go in the Old Testament. That's what's real heavy about it. They stay away from it, right? Because it's a standard of living there. They want to do whatever they want to do in Christian church and then go sing and dance and fall on the floor and act like because they did that, it's all forgiven. You know what I'm saying? Keep going, brother.
Oh, come. But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
So, Lockie, let's go back to the top. I don't think I hit that point.
Oh, God, sir. Verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
What does it mean to avenge? All right, just think about the Avengers, right? The Marvel comics, right? Young man, you looking it up, brother? What avenge? I knew he was doing it. The fingers were moving fast. All right. It says you should not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. So that means lottie-dottie everybody, right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody is technically your brother when it comes to Israel.
That's right.
You're the children of the Most High Power, right? It says you should not avenge nor bear any grudge. You know what a grudge is, right? You hold on. That's brothers hold a grudge, man. You go back to your hometown and you might have did something you shouldn't have did to a brother, and that was 20 years ago. You come back and you see that same brother, he mean mugging.
That's right.
He holding that grudge for a long time. There's no space when it comes to Israel for forgiveness. Right. Time does not forgive when it comes to Israel, right? He is thinking about what you did to him. You know what I'm saying? You got that, young man? Young man Kevin? You don't have avenge? So like any brother, you got to.
Lucky, sir. It says to take vengeance on behalf of. The second one is to exact satisfaction for a wrong by punishing the wrongdoer.
So guess what? That last one is the one that we was looking for. So when you exact judgment, right? If you are sitting on a seat as a judge, you're supposed to do thus saith the Lord, right?
That's right.
You're not supposed to be seeking your satisfaction, right? In the time, in our forefathers' time, when they went and they were supposed to exact judgment, right? They were supposed to have no respect to person, right? They were supposed to, whatever the law said, that's how we was handling you. Go right there, but you see, by the time when Christ came to the earth, it was already gone, right? That type of righteousness wasn't in the earth no more, right? But it says you're not supposed to go after your own personal satisfaction. Because the brother, stepped on your shoes in the club. Here you are gonna dirty up his whole suit, right? You're gonna drag him across drag him across the whole floor, right? That's how our brothers do, right? That sound like us, right? Keep going, brother.
Verse 19. Ye shall keep my statutes.
Salaki, go back to but thou shalt love.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Most High. Okay,
scripture says you should supposed to love your brother like you love yourself, right?
Right.
I know one thing. I know I ain't gonna jump out in traffic. Right. I know one thing. It's certain things I will not do. So guess what? I do not desire for that to happen to my brother. I'm gonna warn him. Right. I know that you're gonna get high blood pressure and your leg gonna swell up as wide as a door, right? I'm gonna tell you, hey brother, you might want to leave them pork rinds alone, brother. Because I know that I don't want that to happen to me and get my leg amputated. That's right. I don't want my brother to get his leg amputated. I don't even have to know him. But I don't want the same little evil that falls on grandma, falls on any other family member. I don't want that for any brother, right? If I got any say so over, right? Let's get that Zephaniah 2:1, okay? Zephaniah 2:1. Everybody know this one. You probably can recite it yourself.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desired.
Who is that nation not desired? That's Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, right?
Right.
In the earth, they try to make sure that they don't call us a people, right?
That's right.
We scattered nobodies, right? That's why the scripture said we lost sheep. That's how the nations try to play us, don't it? Right. The whole time we're a nation of people. And the Lord said we got to gather together. And we're supposed to gather together on one accord, right? You can't be in Islam thinking you finna gather together. The ideals of Christianity and the ideals of Islam keep brothers and sisters from coming together, does it not?
Right.
So guess what you have to do? You have to come together on law, statutes, and commandments, right?
Right.
Some standard of living. And the Lord, what he say? The wheat and the tares. He start all that stuff you believe you're gonna fly. Everybody gonna fly away that don't want to be with the law, statute, and commandments. That's what he's saying. We all gonna have to get together on one accord. And the only on one accord means you got to do thus saith the Lord.
Right.
Even if you don't agree with it. That's the other thing that killed me about a brother. Like, oh man, I'm agree to disagree. What you gonna do? Just do anything then?
Right.
We don't want to live by no standard. Like what I'm saying don't sound right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if you say you don't believe in the Bible, right? What I'm saying don't have logical sense.
Right.
Right? You don't want to protect children, right? You don't want to ostracize people that shouldn't be a part of us.
Right.
You don't want to do that. Like what? You don't make no sense, right? Just on go ahead, brother.
What you saying so heavy,
Yeah,
man.
right.
What you saying so heavy because it's that agree to disagree thing. They basically saying that the Most High is a liar, man. When the scriptures say that it's no private interpretation of the God.
The scripture.
Of the scripture.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they basically saying the Most High is a liar.
That's right.
Right.
Damn right. So lucky to add on to what you're saying, that agree to disagree thing. It's like it's okay for us to be separated. It's okay for us to not think on the same, on the same page. Talking about one mind, one body, one spirit. How are we gonna be that? And we have two separate doctrines or philosophies that we are adhering to.
Right.
That makes sense.
What's that? Two walk together.
The house divided against itself.
The house divided against itself. Precept. Most High in Christ. Remember smoking with it, right? But the thing that just to think about agree to disagree. If you say that and that's part of your vernacular, I already know you soft.
That's right.
Right? I don't have to know anything else about you.
Right.
If you a man and you saying that, because guess what? A man's supposed to. We just brought it out, right? What is it to be a soldier, right? Courageous. I'm not even a man enough to stand on what I believe. We gonna agree to disagree.
That's right.
I already know you soft, right? That ain't no talk of no man. Unless y'all brothers stop me when I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? That ain't how a man talk, right? You got to be real resolute. It take courage to stand on what you believe, right? You got to slave everybody trying to persuade you to do something you ain't supposed to do. It take courage to stand on what you believe, man. Here you are agreeing to disagree. That sounds like something you heard from a woman and you just kept on saying it.
Right.
It sounds very soft and very weak. All right, real effeminate. Okay, and guess what? And no effeminate get in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, Most High in Christ.
Damn right.
You sounding real soft, brother.
That's right.
No wonder you in the hotel. No wonder. As soon as the brother say something, you're like, yeah, man, I'm a Christian, but man, I'm starting to really gravitate to that hotel. Yeah, I know you soft, brother. It's all right, man.
That's right.
How about you go ahead and join yourself to men of the Lord, come on in the class and, get a little glimpse of what it means to be a man.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? The troopers will get you real straight up in here. You know what I mean? The real problem in the world is a brother, he don't want to follow, right? He think that he coming up with some new thought process, right? The scriptures say ain't nothing new under the sun, right?
That's right.
You ain't nothing that you bringing forth that ain't no man already thought about. But the Lord's ways are perfect. That's what he says, right? That's what it says in the scripture. His ways are perfect. Here you are debating a topic that is vain. Over here bringing us Egyptology. We as a people have already conquered that beast. What you bringing him back for?
That's right.
What you bringing the Egyptian back for? We already done conquered him, right? And we didn't do nothing. We just sat back and let the Lord do the work. And you bringing back Egypt to us?
Right.
The audacity, right? When you should be so concentrated on learning how we overcame Egypt, right? Learn how we overcame Egypt, right? That's through the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
To get over this devil, this oppressor that we live under, and he's a vile, wicked thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You buy a house and he tell you whether you can park. The audacity. He think that even though you paying for something, that he can tell you what to do with it.
Right.
I agree to disagree with that. Oh man. Drop that. Let me get Hebrews chapter 13, verse 16. Okay. Hebrews 13 and verse 16.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 16. But to do good and to communicate, forget not.
What is it saying, Trooper Awabad?
Saying, but to do good and to communicate, forget not. Telling us it's a command, like to do good and doing good, make sure that you communicate. But while you communicate, don't forget this.
Right. It's basically saying what you just said, and you right on it. But it's putting it together. To communicate and to do good is one and the same. You know what I'm saying? It's saying, but to do good and to communicate, forget not. Don't forget these two things. Right. Do good things to your brother, right? And communicate with them. They on one accord.
That's right.
Right? Those things you have to, in brotherhood, you have to be this way. Right? Always seeking to do what's right to your brother and always expressing your intention so he don't have to read into it. Right. Be transparent. Be like, hey, Slocky, brother, I'm grabbing this right here. Don't let the brother walk off thinking you done stole something. Right? Open your mouth. Like I said, you got to be a man. Tell the brother your intentions, man. You're out here sneaking around your mama. Like if you got a daddy at home, you know what I'm saying? Most high in Christ. But if you got a daddy at home and you sneaking around your daddy, that's not what this is about. Right. You dealing amongst men now. Let your intentions be known.
That's right. Right? Communicate well.
It's a good thing. Keep going.
For with such sacrifices, the Most High is well pleased.
Trooper Athanya, what is that tidbit saying right there, brother?
So it's saying, for with such sacrifices, saying for this, for you doing good and communicating with your brother. For you doing this command or whatever, it's saying God will be pleased with that. Most High will be pleased with that.
Right. So it's equating something. It's equating. You want to take it? Let's hear what you say.
Saying that with such sacrifices, Most High is basically letting you know, like, to communicate effectively and well, it's hard for brothers. Yeah. So it's saying, like, if you do this and sacrifice, trying to make an effort to communicate, then the Most High is pleased with your efforts in that sacrifice.
That's right. So, what's heavy is, let me give you an example. You could be playing PlayStation. You could be with your woman at the restaurant. And if you ever notice, you call any brother that's over you, call him. If he don't pick up when you first call, he calling you within 2 minutes. Maybe he couldn't get to the phone in time, fast enough. But he calling you in 2 minutes. That's a sacrifice. Guess what? I tell my woman to be quiet. Hold on, shut up. The brother calling. Hold on. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
No matter what I'm doing, I could be right in the middle of dunking on somebody in 2K, and I'm dropping it, and they probably gonna drop 20 points by the time I get back. Right. And the little dude is gonna be sitting there in the paint. That's all. You know what I'm saying? The whole time, because ain't nothing more important than brothers. Right. It's you sacrificing something. You sacrificing your time, and then you start when you brothers go to become officers, you gonna sacrifice your time. You didn't just not going through these steps not to be the next rank. You doing all this to have authority, right? But it comes with a price, right? Just think about what General YAHANNA here all day, every day. I can only imagine. We ain't got but 10 brothers up in here, and we be acting like we stress. Can you imagine have the whole nation of Israel at your call? Right. Good night. We just real small compared when we start really thinking about it. Got something to bring up?
Salaki, if you ever been around any of the generals, like I remember one specific instance being around General Muhammad, and I was, every 3 minutes his phone was ringing, right? And he was addressing the issues of the nation, man. And he was really prompt and tactful about answering the call, in the middle of what we had going on. You know what I'm saying? But Salakia, to add to that, why would you not communicate with your brother?
Right.
That's right.
You know, why wouldn't you? Is it fear? You know, you holding a grudge against your brother? You know, and it just doubles back. It's so beautiful how the word is.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It kind of reinforces itself. When you bring one precept out, the other precept, we just covered this in Leviticus.
That's right. Fit right in, right.
What would be the reason why you would not want to communicate with your brother?
Right.
Salakia.
And to add on to what you're saying, when you communicate with your brother, you gain that brother, man.
Damn right.
Imagine how many lives of black men could have been saved by a simple phone call or
That's right.
simple Salakia, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We could have saved the lives of so many brothers.
That's heavy. And what's heavy is when you was at Passover, General Muhammad didn't even go into the room. He was down there the whole entire time. Just to use another example, he was available for counsel the whole entire time.
Right.
Right. He sacrificed his sleep. Right. You'd rather be wanting to get it in. You sacrificing sleep, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Salakia. This weekend at the cookout, General Muhammad was there, and brothers was going around. He had brothers going around asking, Salakia, brother, do you need to speak with the general? You need to speak with General Muhammad. He's available for counsel. If you need counsel, he's here. He made himself available. He was out there in the rain, sleet, snow, whatever. He's there. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Most High in Christ. And you know what? That's heavy. And that's what hating out. And if you don't want to do it, what? You hate your brother in your heart.
Right. That's right.
Right? Well, like you said, go back to Leviticus where we was at. You hating your brother in your heart. You don't want to make yourself available because you don't like niggas. You know? Right. I mean, that's a simple what brothers say, right? I don't like Negroes, man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like Negroes, man. Get on my nerves.
That's right.
Right? That's hating the brother in your heart. You don't even want to hear what they got to say.
Right.
It's a simple act. Like you can't even pick up the phone. You hate brothers that much?
That's right.
Good night. You hate us that much? What we do to you? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
So, like,
no sweat.
What I've noticed is brothers get intimidated by the light, your light shining before them. You know, they feel intimidated by your presence, you know, and it's sad, you know, you can't bring that spirit in here.
Right.
You know, we love each other in here. We prefer one another in here.
That's right.
No homo, you know what I'm saying? Salakia. But leave that in the world. You can't come into the school with that same perspective with regard to your brothers. You going against the law.
That's right.
It's a violation. I come on the scene and you make a beeline, you know, to the exit. Other brothers want to embrace you, but you can tell, like you said, you're going to glow.
You're going to glow.
And it's obvious. Don't think that I'm the only one noticing that you're walking away.
That's right.
The general sitting here, he see it all.
He see it all.
He see that you're a piece of you know what.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just coming on the scene, like
right.
In a situation like that, go to that brother, man.
That's right.
Go to that brother, whatever, you know, whoever it is. I don't care what his rank is. Go to him because you're trying to gain your brother.
That's right. That's right.
Smell my cologne.
Salaki, it's heavy that you're bringing it out because even when you're dealing with brothers in the world and you treat them like this, you'll hear most of them say, even sisters, I respect you for doing that.
Right.
They respect you even more for like communicating with them.
That's
like,
right.
Oh, I'm glad you said something like that. I would if you ain't said nothing, I would have thought you was doing something. I would have shot you. I would have, you know what I'm saying? They would have thought you were doing all types of evil or something. And you might have gained a brother, and now they see you in the light, and then that can even bring a brother into school.
That's
right.
Like, what the niggas doing, man? I want to do that.
And Israel is a trip. They will read into they will get they won't come and say nothing to you, but they reading into every action that you taking.
Right.
And they swear they know what you doing. Oh, he think he this, or she thinks she this, and will fantasize about it. That sounds like Israel, right? So you got to be courageous, right? And then so let's bring it all the way back to the topic. We're talking about soldiers. Can you trust somebody that behave that way? If we go on to war, brother, and you already running and we just chilling, what you gonna do when it comes time to get real sticky? And I got to know that right here on my right side, you right there. I got to know that, right? Kentucky 8 was an example.
Yeah,
Kentucky, they stood there and beat all manner of evil out of every heathen. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Right? Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it, right? And they didn't run off. They didn't run off, man. Because that's what a soldier, you a minority. And amongst people, you are a minority. Your numbers, you are low. It ain't very many people that's willing to fight. Right? It ain't very many people that got whatever that is. What you know what you feel when brothers, wrestle them emotions up. You know what you want to do. Everybody don't react the same. Right? That's why we got Karens out there, right? Everybody don't react the same. It's one way that a soldier responds to danger, and it's another how somebody else that is not built that way. You know what I mean? Right? But as a soldier, you also know that you ain't a soldier by yourself. It takes a collective. It's a brotherhood, right?
Yeah, right.
I have to sit there and see you doing something. I have to question you now. Now, do I want you somewhere where I have to depend on you when you've been showing me you was flawed in the first place? I think not. Keep going, brother.
Sir.
Read it. Tell us the chapter in verse when. I think we're on 17.
Sir. The book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 17. Obey them that have rule over you.
Okay, we talking about soldiers, right? The next man up. So if you're a 50 in this, okay, if you're a trooper, 50 has what? He has rule over you, right? You to listen to him, right? And you signed up for it. When Cap or Officer Zion pour oil on your head, what he say? You got a chance to run. That's what he told you. You made an oath that every brother that outranked me, I do it as they tell me to do. Right? You got authority. He got authority to rule over you. You gave it up willingly, right? And like I said, I always remember this brother said he had bad knees. I'm gonna always remember that. When I see that brother being defiant, I'm like, what's up with them bad knees, brother? He can't never get away with me with that, right? So you signed up for brothers to have rule over you, man, and it's a righteous thing because it's your brothers. It's not Esau that rule over you.
That's right.
Esau will throw you in danger for numbers.
Right.
He know it's a sniper somewhere in a nest, and he just throwing 10, 20 bodies at a time at it. Because he don't care if you live or die. Right? However, you hear the story of Joshua and it was 3 or 4 brothers died, right? Or no, it was 30 brothers. 30 brothers died, and he rent his clothes and cried out because he lost brothers. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because you really feel it, right? You really feel when you lose somebody that you actually is your family. You lose them, man. That's what the pain of gang violence is, right? I lost my cousin. I lost my brother. I got to go and return, right? I got to go give it back the way I had it, right? That's what it's all about. Keep going.
And submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls.
So here's one thing that when you are lower ranking, you don't have too much responsibility over another brother. However, if you a brother and you in charge and something happens, who they going after? Who General Muhammad and them calling? They not calling the trooper about what he did. Right. They calling the brother that's over him responsible for him. That's right. Because it's something that you haven't been doing. You haven't been teaching this brother properly. That's not UPK, huh? Where is that in the scripture that this brother that's okay? They got something that they gonna when they go to judge about what that brother did. They're going to end up blaming the brother that's over him because he's responsible for your soul. He's responsible for you. He answers. That's why brothers say, I know every brother, every time they hear it, hey, let me know when you get home, huh? Right. And you be like, man, I can't believe this man just said that. Right? Because he's responsible for on your way home, he's responsible for you getting home safe. That's right. Keep going.
Sir. As they that much give account, that they may go do it with joy. So
the brother that's over you, I always use like General Muhammad or General YAHANNA, like they give an account for what's going on in Israel. But you want them to give an account about you in joy, right, and happiness. Like, yeah, man, that brother real Tawal, man. Yeah, it's a brother in Durham. Yeah, he was waiting on the porch when we pulled up. That's right. Right. That's something you want to report. Like, man, that brother, he didn't have us waiting. He jumped right in as soon as he saw us. That's right. That brother take a bus to camp. He ain't got no excuse in him. Right. That's something you want to report with joy, right? However, keep going.
And not with grief.
And not with grief, right? I don't want to hear that this brother is always up to no good, doing something that he should not be doing, disgracing the school. right? You don't want to hear it. You don't want to go giving that report. That ain't something you want to go tell General Muhammad, like, yeah, this brother is just, because it's not only the reflection on the brother, it's the reflection on his leadership, the brother that's over.
Right.
Every brother should take how brothers are in here, especially in Fayetteville. You should, when a brother doing something he should not be doing, that's a reflection on you. It's something that we ain't doing right. It's something that we ain't doing while this brother feel like he can do that. Right? We're not doing something. I'm saying we, because every brother watches, like, okay, oh yeah, okay, he salute. All right. He watching you when he first come in. You're like, okay, all right, I could join with this. They all on one accord. You go somewhere else, and it's not like that. You see the weirdest flaws in brothers, and there's some foolishness going on.
That's right.
Keep going.
For that is unprofitable for you.
It's unprofitable, and so in the end, it's unprofitable for you, for that brother to get that report and grief. All right, you go into Hebrew Academy, you gonna pay for it. All right, you gonna pay for that grief that he had to go again. that thing that you just grieved him with, the report, you were gonna pay for it, brother, and you signed up for it. So never forget you signed up for it. All right. So we talk. The topic is soldier. I hope every brother grasp with us that soldier mentality in these scriptures right here, right? Rank and structure is what we go on after. Let's get Ecclesiasticus chapter 4 verse 30. This is one of my favorite. This one calmed me all the way down, brother. Ecclesiasticus chapter 4 and verse 30.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 4 and verse 30. Be not as a lion in thy house.
Be not as a lion in thy house. Trooper Aitanya. You think you can break that one down? Sound easy, right?
God, sir. Salakia, be not as a lion.
So, okay, but always keep the remembrance the topic. So we talking about being a soldier. All right. So how does this apply to being a soldier? Okay. And this is more about leadership and what we was just explaining, like a young man to come in here, he watching you. All right. So you're gonna be watching brothers that have rank. Okay. Go ahead.
Salakia saying, be not as a lion in thy house. Saying you don't need to be so fierce when it comes to caring for your brothers. And
you on it, brother. You
fierce.
You right on it. Just think about the traits of a lion. What they do?
They are aggressive.
Aggressive. What else?
They like to kill.
Like to kill. What else?
I want to say they lack compassion. Really.
Like compassion. Shit. You saying a whole mouthful with them.
It's like what makes it territorial.
Territorial. Something else lions do. Young man Kevin, you know what lions do? What's the biggest thing lions do that they known for?
Being fierce.
Fierce. That's a good one. Lions roar, don't they?
That's
right.
So this is more about lead. Like, so this, when it's saying house, you could apply this to your family. All right. Don't be a lion in your house. You can do a bunch of yelling and roaring all the time. Right. But also, and this is considered to be a house.
That's right.
Right. So the man in leadership, he is not going to be doing all that yelling and screaming. Right. It's a reason. It's a reason. Right. It's a reason why you don't do a lot of yelling and screaming. That makes brother lose respect for you. They back up out of here.
Right.
Right. Keep going, brother.
Sir. Nor frantic among thy servants.
Nor frantic. So don't be a lion. Don't always yell about every little thing, screaming at the top of your lungs because the brother didn't put the sign in the truck like it was supposed to be. Right. You're not gonna do that. Right. You're gonna just maintain a nice, cool, calm demeanor at all times. Hey, Salaki, brother, put that in there that way.
Right.
Right. Put it right there, man. You got it. The water. Right. You want to be nice and cool and calm when you leading people. And then it says you shouldn't be frantic. Right.
I get the definition of frantic. Frantic, emotionally out of control, marked by fast and nervous disorder or anxiety-driven activity.
So we talking about being a soldier. Do you want to be up under a leader who roars like a lion all the time, right? He's yelling out and screaming all the time, and then on top of that, he's frantic. Why must you be calm? You got to instill what you got to instill in a brother. If you frantic, you're not giving off confidence that you know what you're doing. Right. You want to be cool and calm like you've been there before. Right? That's why a brother get rank. He step to that next stage, he ready. Because he already done been all through up, and so that's why a brother should respect it. He's seasoned. He done been enough camps where he know how things go. Right? We done been enough class where we know how to run class.
Right.
We ain't in here frantic. It's already set up and ready.
That's right.
Right? That's how when you being a soldier or when you want to lead soldiers, this is your behavior. This is how you must do it. And it applies to your house. Your woman see you out of control. She don't want to listen to you. You tell her, hey, go do, man, can you go that way? She ain't listening to nobody that don't look like they sure. She think her way is better because you sure ain't giving off that air of confidence, right?
Right.
You don't seem like you know what you're doing. I ain't gonna listen to you. And you know your real will do it.
That's right.
So drop that, brother. Let's get Colossians chapter 4, verse 5. Colossians chapter 4, verse 5. Trooper Ithanya, when you get it, brother. I know Trooper Awabad is, he ain't on Kodam level yet. Kodam be flipping through them things. He already, Akim got it. You be like, I just called it out, brother.
Right.
In the book of Colossians chapter 4, verse 5. Walk in wisdom toward them that are without.
Walk in wisdom to them that are without. Right? Brother, a young man come in here, and y'all brothers is troopers. Right? Y'all a little bit more wiser than this brother that's coming in. So it's always on stage. Whether you know it or not, they watching. They watching for you to do something that is very worldly. Right? They looking for you to when a brother tell you to do something and you huffing and puffing under your breath and you got something slick to say, they look because that's what they get in the world, right? They want this thing to be what they can get outside. So we always on stage. We always being watched by people, right? And constantly we show them this is not what the world is. This is not the world in here. We're gonna maintain a certain type of way of being, and that's why when you hear brothers say that's not UPK or that's UPK, it's for a reason why they saying that.
All
right? It's ways that have already been shown that they work and they're effective, right? Those things that we do, we always try to maintain doing them because it's always brothers coming in, and you always being seen, right? It says, walk in wisdom to them that are without. So always be wise when you know a brother just come in. Right? Why we when the brother do security announcements, people are off limits. It's a reason for that. You don't make yourself too available, right? You don't know what they into. You don't know what they say in on the security announcement. They got to shed themselves from the world, right? You got to walk in wisdom. That's what you got to give them. You got to give them a chance to desire this thing that we are part of. You can't give it. You can't do it for them.
right.
They got to desire it. So you make yourself scarce. You say shalom, brother. You're supposed to be saluted only, and that's it, right? They have to be watching me like, okay, that's something I want to be a part of. I'll do whatever they tell me to do. But you make yourself too available. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going.
Redeeming the time.
How do you redeem the time? Right? So it says, walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time. So you taking to redeem something is to take the time, right? So you walk in wisdom, right? To them that are without, and that time that they spending, you take that time that they would be doing something else out there in the world, you taking it from them,
Oh,
right? Now they in here learning a new kind of way, right?
That's right. So like to add on what you're saying, sir, when you said redeeming as an adjective, serving to offset or compensate for a defect. So that's heavy that you said that.
Most High Christ. Damn. Well, a little bit of noggin up in here. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? The things that brother could be doing in the world, right? He come into class and he start learning about who he is. All the things that you learn when you first come in here, and it's shocking to you. All right. Now you're taking him away from what he could be doing that's destructive.
That's right.
Right. His time is being spent somewhere else and something positive. Right. And the sidebar, I don't ever understand a sister that got a problem with brothers learning scripture. It never fails that I never get it and I never will. So if you sister and you complaining that your husband is in the school and he always in class, you sound foolish. Because he could be redeeming his time somewhere else with some scallywag and you sitting there worrying about what the brother doing with the scriptures, and he could be doing it with another female,
right?
One that it can harm you, right? You should be trying to push your husband to this, right? Instead of trying to distract him. That was just a sidebar. Salakia, keep going, brother. Verse 6.
Verse 6. Let your speech be Salakia. Let your speech be always with grace.
With grace. Okay, keep going.
Seasoned with salt.
What is grace? Everybody know what grace mean, right? We didn't get everybody. You know what grace mean? True Bible bot. Let me hear what you're gonna say. So it says let your speech be with grace.
Slacker, would it be like? I wouldn't say like forgiveness, but like a form of leniency.
Yeah.
Towards the way you speak, you don't speak at a person as if they they got it already. You give them a period where
Most High Christ, you got it.
Learn.
You spot on. So like for example, young man stage, right? I know I'm gonna have to repeat myself constantly to you. I know you're gonna always do something that is a little bit suspect, right?
Right.
You always doing something that ain't UPK. I expect that, right? Then brother Trooper, it's a little bit more. You done been to camp now. You sit in classes, right? But there's still some things you haven't seen yet. So I know that you still in that. You start making 50 and 500 now. You getting cap. You start getting that higher rank, brother. He is not as merciful, right? So your grace when you get the higher rank is real short, right? What Jeremiah said, you make a 5,000 in here, you are special, right? He's saying it for a reason because now that grace, that ability to screw up is not there no more. 5,000 damn near have to be flawless up, right? He got, he always on display. You understand what I'm saying? But a young man and a trooper, you get a lot of grace, a lot of leniency, a lot of understanding why you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Why you didn't check in, brother? Why didn't you report? Ain't nobody running you down, but guess what? Me, Officer Ayathon and Officer Bonkia, we don't report, brother. It's gonna be hell to pay, right? It's a difference, and that's what he's saying. Your speech should be with grace. Okay, keep going.
That ye may know how ye ought to answer every man.
So seasoned with salt, right? Some brothers desire that it be more savory with more spicy with the word, right? Yeah, yes. You know what I mean? You know how you can rub too much seasoning on it and you be like, damn, that, too much. Right? Every brother is different. There's some brothers like me, you can give it to me raw and uncut, and it means nothing to me, right? The water. And I'll take it, I'll run off with it. It's some brother, they can't handle it. You give it too raw to him and you say you too straightforward with him, he might be like, man, I can't believe he said that. So that's why we talking about brotherhood. We talking about being soldiers. You learn your soldiers. You learn what they like and what they dislike. What makes them be a better, effective brother, right? And it all starts with communication. How you talk to them.
That's right.
Right. Some brothers you can be blunt to them. Like, man, I can't believe you just did that, man. That was real suspect, brother. And then some brothers, you say that to him, he dang there with his head down and don't want to do nothing. Right. So you got to be seasoned. You got to know who you're dealing with. Right. Seasoned with salt. that ye may know how you ought to answer every man. Right? Come ask a question. Because I know you like it raw, I just be like, man, I can just tell you straightforward because I know you. Another brother, I'd be like, I got to let you use your own imagination to get it, right? I got to use examples where you basically get to see it in your mind first, and it don't seem like I'm coming at you. So, but all this comes with wisdom, right? This is part of being in the ring.
It's just like dealing with children.
Dealing with children.
It's just like dealing with children.
That's right.
You can't talk to your oldest the same way you're gonna talk to the youngest.
That's right.
Because the youngest were not gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you have to know how to talk to each one. Each soldier, you gotta know how to come to them. You know what I'm saying? So like it.
Oh, that's a wall. Yeah, that was on point right there, brother. Drop that. Because we getting around the time for the story, brother. Let's Ecclesiasticus chapter 32, verse 7. Ecclesiasticus chapter 32, verse 7.
God, the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 32, verse 7. Speak, young man, if there be need of thee, and yet scarcely when thou art twice asked. Okay,
Most High Christ is saying, speak, young man. So if you're a young man and a trooper, we talking about higher ranking, okay? Higher ranking structure right here. It's saying if you're a young man, right, you should speak when you need to speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but and it says, and yet scarcely when thou art asked, when thou art twice asked, right? So you be like, Trooper Owlbar, what's that, brother? And basically, you should feel so uncomfortable with when a brother is like General YAHANNA asking you something. You should feel like he got to ask you twice because you can't believe he just called on you to answer this question, right? That's how quiet you should be around people that are with wisdom and knowledge, and we equate it to a rank, but it's more about season. Them brothers been around a long time, many camps, many moons, right? They know more about this scripture, or they done forgotten more about the scripture than we sitting here talking. You know what I'm saying? So when you amongst them, you should feel surprised if they ask you something.
That's right.
Right? It says, yet scarcely when thou art twice asked. Right? So you should always speak when you absolutely need to speak. Hey, Salakia, sir, somebody had to do it. Right? You have to do it. Salakia, sir, somebody had to do it. So that's when you want to speak, when it's needed that you speak. But the most part, you should be quiet because these men got a lot of wisdom. Just ear hustling, you learn a whole lot, right? Keep going.
Verse 8. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words.
So when you do speak, let your speech be short, okay? Don't nobody want to hear a long soliloquy, all right? Some big long speech that you done made, and like, you know what I mean? Because you amongst important men, right? These men are to be respected. This ain't about you. Right? They done put in enough leg work that they command the room, not you. Right? And it says comprehending much in few words. So them few short words, right? If the brother give you a straight yes or no answer, you should just go ahead and comprehend. Shalom. Right? Walk off with it. Keep going.
Be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue.
So amongst these brothers, right, they could be bringing up a story and it's about Breonna Taylor. You might know the nuance of the whole investigation, right? And he might have made a misstep, but he didn't make a misstep in scripture. Right. But he might be telling this story about Breonna Taylor, and you're knowledgeable in it, right? It says, be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue, right? Even though you know, you're gonna hold your peace. Yeah, I know you remember. I don't know if y'all ever been around grandma and she talking to somebody. And she told something that grandma, she slapped you because you should have been quiet while she was talking, right?
That's right.
Right. That's the concept. Be quiet. Right. That concept.
Salakia, I want to get this pulled off the air. But what was the pimp? He was like, you should learn to shut the F up when grown folks is talking.
Yeah. Pretty Tony.
Pretty Tony.
Pretty Tony, right? Yeah. While we talking, you be quiet, right? Keep going.
If thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them.
Break that down, Trooper Awabad. If you are amongst great men, you're around General YAHANNA, General Hyman, all the generals, right? These are great men, right? These actually are the definition of what a great man is, right? In Israel, right? These are technically your great men in Israel. Everybody else is sus, as my son would say. He says, if thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. How can you make yourself equal with great men?
Salaki, if I may, sir, kind of like making it seem like you know what they know. So it's like you're comfortable with engaging them because you feel like you're on the same level. So if you don't feel like you're equal with them, you'll be hesitant to, going up to them and speaking to them or trying to improve on what they're saying. You're more so of trying to listen to what they got to say.
And so Salakia, you on it. I blame this thought process from the Christian church, right? Because your example of who you think is great is a hypocrite, right? Is he messing with the Christian pastor, not messing with half the brothers ribs in the place, right? He's technically not a great man, right? Right. So you feel like I ain't got nothing. I'm a man like him. That little disdain that you have for men of authority come from Christianity. Right. Because they don't have no standards, right?
That's right. So like it, and to elaborate on what you're saying, that's that Shamyar. You know what I'm saying? It ain't also Shamyar. It's Shamyar.
Right.
It ain't no Salakia. It's just hey. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
You lose that respect that brother don't have. Like you looking at that brother as equal. Like call Commander Junior YAHANNA.
That's
don't
right.
say YAHANNA like we just have beers on Friday night.
Right.
You know
right.
Right.
No, and that show your reverence, right? This is something that as men we used to do, right? We used to hold men in high esteem.
That's right.
Right. We done got to a point where you hear a young man talk, you confused like who, because you start questioning like, am I his age? I can't believe he just said that to me. I'm just saying in the world, you looking like I can't believe he just said that, because it once was a time where if it was an elder, you knew what you could and could not say, right?
That's right.
Salakia, excuse me, sir. Can I do something for you? Like you would be at one time a young man would be, but we don't, because of Christianity, we don't learn this no more. Right? This somebody probably listening right now, like I'm a man too. I'm a man too. Yeah, you a Christian. I know if you're saying that, you're a Christian.
That's right.
You don't, and that's why the fake Israelites say, "Oh, we worship General YAHANNA." We don't. He's a great man.
Damn right.
Right? The scripture just said why we do it. You sitting here talking about we worship General YAHANNA, you sound foolish.
That's right.
It's because you hold your y'all get up and know each other for 2 weeks, and you sitting there talking at the same time. Your so-called I don't know what they call them, the fake Israelite groups. I don't know what they call their elders. They're men that they supposed to be following. Sensei? Oh man. Good night. The sensei. Whatever your sensei is saying, right? You feel like you equal to him, yeah, because y'all hold camp after 2 weeks and you can hold the mic next to him. You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't have no understanding of what a great man is. You don't hold no brother, and that's even more disrespectful. We don't even consider that we don't even hold our brothers, our elder men with respect and reverence. We don't put them up high. So when it's your turn, you won't be put up high.
That's right.
I don't know about you, but I'm gonna hold these men high, because when I get to be that age, brother, I want somebody to respect me. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like I need that. I don't know why you don't feel like you need it.
Right.
So, but you got to start somewhere, and that's why the men in the UPK, we hold our men of the elders, the older gentlemen, right? The older warriors.
Right.
We hold them high esteem, right?
Right.
We say Salakia. We will run and jump for him, and you could call us what you want. You will say we worship him. Whatever you want to say, whatever make you feel good, because you deficient, right?
Right.
Keep going, brother.
And when ancient men are in place, use not many words.
And that's right. So when General YAHANNA talks, unless he points at you, you shouldn't say nothing.
That's right.
That's right.
Right? And I know that's strange to you because you was at camp with your elder, right? And y'all was looking all foolish, right? All y'all wearing curtains, and y'all feel like y'all equal, right? Y'all feel like y'all equal because he don't want to put himself. What he say? I forgot. I heard one of them say it. It's on the tip of when I find it, y'all brother be like, yeah, because you done heard them fake Israelites saying it. As soon as I get it, they don't hold themselves and they don't want to put themselves in high esteem. Like I said before, but when you get older, you want young men to respect you, right? You want brothers to hold you up. When it's time. Salak, you got something, brother?
Salaki, if I may, sir. What's so heavy about that is, we're disillusioned with America so much so that we believe in, the doctrines that they set up before the people. Mm-hmm. So we believe in the Constitution.
Right.
So much so that we think we got freedom of speech.
That's right.
It's a protected right when you don't.
That's right.
Where is that in here? Show me where it says you have the freedom to speak freely in this book. Mm-hmm. It ain't in. That's not our culture. That's not our custom.
Salaki. The tongue is a two-edged sword, right? Or something like that.
I'm right.
It cuts you. We are wise people because a brother says he ain't even speaking. He just posts something on social media. You ready to beat him to death, right? Because we take words serious because that's what the type of people we are.
Right.
You ain't about to go and defame me. You ain't about to make nobody think that I'm soft. Like I got to defend myself, right? Words mean something to us in Israel. That go to show our oppressor. Them words don't mean nothing that he say. That is just talk. That's why he think that he can call you what he want to call you, and you supposed to just walk off and just take it, because that's how loosely they use their words. Our words got weight to it. These scriptures got weight to it. You think that a brother took the time and was a scribe and wrote all this out because he wanted it not to be the Old Testament is done away with? You thought somebody took the time to write this out and to bury it somewhere for you later, and you think that the Old Testament is done away with? You sound foolish.
Right.
These ain't empty words. Words mean something in Israel, man.
Right.
The hit out, but okay, don't let me get started. Drop that. Let's we gonna get into some stories because we was talking about the first breakdowns were about how we speak, following orders, right? Now we're gonna get into Lord willing, we're gonna get into two brothers that were that are famous in Israel. That's why they're written in the Bible, right? And one was about following orders. No, one was courageous, and one he was deficient. He didn't follow orders, and you see what happened to him. Okay, let's get Numbers chapter 13 and verse 1. Numbers chapter 13 verse 1.
The book of Numbers chapter 13 verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Send thou men that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man, every one a ruler among them.
Okay, so this is Moses, right? And he's saying that every brother that has every tribe has an elder, right? Some brother that they basically say is the leader, right, of every tribe. So these would be considered men of esteem, right? Great men, right? He's saying, bring me these 12, right? Bring me these 12 representatives of their tribes, right? And keep going.
Verse 3. And Moses, by the commandment of the Lord, sent them from the wilderness of Paran. All these men were heads of the children of Israel.
So these were the heads, right? These were men. It's gonna name these 12 men that were the representatives of each one of their tribes, right? Okay, keep going.
And these were their names of the tribe of Reuben: Shemua, the son of Zakur. Of the tribe of Simeon, Shaphat, the son of Hor. Of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh of the tribe of Issachar, Igal, the son of Joseph.
Okay, I think we got the gist of it, right?
Oh,
The main, I don't mean to sound because I'm a Judite that this is the only brother that matters, but in this story, he is the only brother that matters. The one that you should have grasped was Caleb, okay? If you want to go and go through at a later time and get the heads of each one of these tribes, right? But who the story is geared towards is the mighty man of Judah, Caleb. Okay, let's drop down to verse 16.
Verse 16. These are the names of the men which Moses sent to spy out the land. And Moses called Oshea, the son of Nun, Jehusha.
Right. So Moses sent these men to spy. So as a soldier, these will be what they call them?
It's like an emissary.
Emissary. It's a more modern word for it. Scout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, scout. So they send a scout out, and they scouting the land. They scouting the land. They getting all the information, right? Come back and report what they saw, right? Very dangerous because they get caught by themselves. It's over.
Right.
All right. So, and anyway, it says Moses called out O'Shea. Keep going.
Verse 17. And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan and said unto them, get you up this way southward and go up into the mountains.
So not only are they all going to spy, it's important that it was all 12 of them, right? All 12. That these 12 men went together and they went to him. He told them the path that they should take, right? And they all gonna come and report. So guess what? Ain't no one man gonna lie. It's 12 men, men's eyeballs that are looking at this land that Moses told them to look at. Okay, so it was a purpose why he said all 12. So all 12 tribes can believe when they come back with a report. You know what I'm saying? That it's the truth. It ain't one man, and I gotta take the word of this brother. He ain't even part of my tribe. You know how Israel do.
Right.
It's one. You sent one man. I know that's the truth. You know how Israel do. So he sent all 12 mighty men from each tribe, so that they go and get a report, so everybody can believe it. Okay, keep going.
And see the land, what it is, and the people that dwelleth therein, whether they be strong or weak, few or many.
Keep going.
And what the land is that they dwell in, whether it be good or bad, and what cities they be that they dwell in, whether in tents or in strongholds.
So let's go and pause for a second. So he's saying in this, when you go to scout, I need to know, I need to understand what it is that we dealing with, right? It says I need to see if how many people are there, the numbers as a soldier. Right, 10,000 men, it's 1,000 men, whatever, right? Then I need to know what kind of city is it? Are these people such low people where they just living in tents, or are they somebody that built cement high walls? I need to know, right? I need to know what it is that we dealing with, right? And this is what these brothers were to report, what they saw when they went, what type of people we dealing with. Okay, keep going.
And what the land is, whether it be fat or lean, whether there be wood therein or not. And be ye of good courage.
Be what?
Be ye of good courage.
And be what?
Be ye of good courage.
Well, that was something we just said earlier, right? A soldier has to have what?
Be ye of good courage.
Keep going.
And bring of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the time of the first striped grapes.
Okay, so he's saying, I need to know that not only the people, I need to also know the make of the city. And I want to know what kind of land is it? Is it a bunch of trees, right? Or they got fruit everywhere. It's like tilled land. I need to know, right? I need to understand what it is that we dealing with, right? And saying is it fat or lean, right? Does it have a whole lot of fruit and vegetables, or is it something that just it's a little sand, a little desolate, little place? Right. I need to know what it is we dealing with. That's what a scout does, right? Soldier. Right. And at the same time, it takes courage to do this, because you out there you out there and you're lonesome because you ain't got nobody that's gonna back you. Maybe the 11 they could stand up.
Right.
But You know what I mean? To be a scout, you pretty much by yourself usually, right? Keep going.
So they went up and searched the land from the wilderness of Zin unto Rahab, as men come to Hamath. And they ascended by the south and came unto Hebron, where Ammon, Shashah, and Talmai, the children of Anak, were. Now Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt.
So it's letting you know the age of this land, right? It was saying that this place was built 7 years before a city in Egypt. It's trying to let you know the age of this, right? So Moses and the Israelites came out of Egypt. It was trying to it's something that they already knew about where they once were. This place was built 7 years before that.
Right.
So how new the city was. There's more recon, right? More reconnaissance on this place. Keep going.
And they came unto the brook of Eshcol and cut down from thence a branch with one cluster of grapes. And they bare it between two upon a staff. And they brought of the pomegranates and of the figs.
So they did what Moses told them. Bring whatever they got, the fruit or whatever it is that they grow, bring it so we can see what kind of land this is. If it's sweet, and like they brought the grapes, and they said they had they cut it and put it on two staves with two men. So some hefty grapes, brother. Yeah, what you getting out there store, and you got a little bag, and you over there like trying to pick up the weight and see. Nah, it was this a healthy branch of this a healthy vine of grapes, right? And he brought figs and pomegranates. Okay, keep going.
The place was called the brook Eshcol because of the cluster of grapes, which the children of Israel cut down from thence.
This is how much of a mighty people we are, right? Based on the things that we did in the earth, right? We name places because we can, right? Because brothers just cut some grapes off a vine, they named it so that the whole world knows what time it is with, right? Right. Keep going.
And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days.
So not only were they 12 to do recon, this was a heavy recon, right? 12 days of watch. 40 days of watching those 12 men, right? Bringing a thorough report, right? They followed the command. And you notice that they didn't they all followed the command, right? There wasn't nobody questioning what Moses told them to do. They went and did it.
That's right.
Sat out there 40 days, right? Eating big vines of grapes. eating big vines of grapes, right? Keep going, brother.
And they went and came to Moses and to Aaron and to all the congregation of Israel, Salakia, and all the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the wilderness of Paran, to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them and unto all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land.
So in them 40 days, it's giving you how far of a span they went. Okay, this probably means nothing to us now, but just know you spend 40 days, trying to survey or recon something. Right. It's trying the Paran to Kadesh. If it's still a point on the map, it's probably a big area, right? These 12 brothers went and recon, right, to give back a thorough report.
That's right. To
talk about what to come back and say what they saw. Okay, keep going.
And they told him and said, we came unto the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it.
So fruit and milk and honey. Is it literally milk and honey that they saw? What is it saying? Any brother want to take a shot at that? Go ahead, brother.
Salakia, sir, saying is rich with resources.
That's you got it, brother. Good night.
Like,
right? This thing when we get it, we're gonna be straight. You know what I mean? That's how Israel talk, right? We're gonna be straight, right?
That's right.
When we get this thing in our hands, brother, our children gonna be good and fat, right? And then they said this is the fruit of it. This is what we brought back, just to show you what we talking about, right? If Basically, like, whatever I cut this thing open, it ain't nothing but milk and honey coming out. Right? Ain't nothing but you can just it's food everywhere, right? We all gonna eat. Keep going.
Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there.
Okay.
The
Amalekites. We deal with them today.
Amalekites.
We deal with them today. The Amalekites. The so-called I don't know what they think is acceptable for me to call them. The fake Jew, okay? The Amalekites, okay? Dwell in the land of the south, right? They got a good survey of all the heathen. Mind you, this is the land of Canaan, right? So Amalek is up in there chilling amongst people that they shouldn't be chilling with, just like they do today, right? Keep going.
The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea and by the coast of Jordan.
So they did a thorough recon. They not only they know the lay of the land, they know who lives in these places.
That's right.
Right? They know who lives where. Right? They was told to survey. They're told to get all information of the land that belongs to us. Right? Today that land is desolate and it's a heathen living there. But that's our land. Right? And they gave a good thorough report about who lives there and where they rest their little heads at. Okay, Keep going.
And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, "Let us go up at once."
What Caleb say?
Let us go up at once.
Caleb was hard body. Okay, He said, "Let us go up at once." I know the Lord promised this, and I want to get it. And we don't need to waste no time. Keep going.
And possess it, for we are well able to overcome it.
Okay, so we talking about courage, right? We talking about following orders as a soldier. Caleb said, right, we can go right now and go get it. We good. All you gotta do is let me know what time it is, right? This belongs to us because the Lord said so. He had not only was he courageous and he followed orders, but he knew what was promised, right? He believed, right? He did thus saith the Lord, right? Keep going.
But the men that went up with him said, "We be not able to go up against the people, for they are strong than we." Good
night. So remember, we just said why I said Caleb. I ain't trying to say Judah is the best, even though he is. Okay, it's lucky. But Caleb said we can go get it right now. But the 11 other brothers said what? They too strong for us. They got a little self-doubt. Right? They wasn't courageous. They looking at these Hamites like, oh man, they will give us hell. Antetokounmpo is everywhere. Antetokounmpo is everywhere down there, man. Right? Yeah. Taco Fall is down there, brother. I can't believe it. What I just saw. They said it was milk and honey, but we gonna be scared of these heathens. And Caleb said, what? We can get it right now. What you want to do? Let me know. What you want to do? Hey, I'm in my tent, man. Just let me know. Right? You already know that's how Judah handle it. Hey, man, whenever you're ready, bro, let me know. The other ones came back scary. Okay? They wasn't full of courage like a soldier's supposed to be, right? Keep going.
And they brought up an evil report of the land.
They did what?
Brought up an evil report of the land.
Good night.
Which they had searched unto the children of Israel.
So Caleb said we can get it. They brought up an evil report, right? What's an evil report? Right? We talking about it's good to communicate, right? So you've been told that this land is promised to us. You sat in the wilderness for 40 years to die out the ones that were flawed, right? That wasn't worthy. Right now it's young troopers and young men amongst full of vigor. And here you come back with an evil report. Good night. Instead of saying the right thing, one that instills courage, they come back with an evil report, man. One that does the opposite, one that discourages brothers, right? One that make you afraid. right? One that tell you something about Anna Kumpo. We don't care nothing about him.
That's right.
He getting blocked at the rim, Holmes.
Right.
Right?
Damn right.
Keep going.
Khan, saying, the land through which we have gone to search, it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof. And all the people that we saw in it are men of a great stature.
Good night. They saying that any man that go up in here, they get ate up with these. They gobbling their enemies, right? They beating them up. They destroying their enemies if you come up against them. And not only that, they men of stature. What is it saying? Anna Kumpo, Taco Fall, big, tall, big, gangly Africans, right? Big, gangly Hamites, right? Off balance. But you over here worrying about their size and stature.
Right.
But you should be worrying about the Most High power, right?
That's right.
Keep going.
And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants. And we were in our own sight as grasshoppers. And so we were in their sight. So
Salakia, brother. We talking about being soldiers. Does this sound like a report of soldiers again?
Right.
Right. So needless to say, Moses sent them 11 away, and guess who we make general of all?
Right.
Caleb. The one was saying that was talking with confidence, right? The one that wasn't moved by what he saw.
Right.
It wasn't no giants to him, right? Israel wasn't no grasshopper, right? That sound wicked. That sound evil as hell to say. What you mean? Israel is a grasshopper.
Right.
What you mean? How dare you? You know what I'm saying? Cam Newton is throwing a javelin, brother. What you mean we scared of it? What you mean that we grasshoppers, man? Right? Caleb he was courageous, right? And he followed orders. He knew what he was supposed to be doing in the other 11, you know, they stay in the tents, right? Let the real soldiers get to work.
Right.
And if you brothers, I encourage you brothers to continue to read because it's real interesting what happened. And then you start seeing more battles, like we was talking about the brother that stole and 30 brothers died. This is the start of it, right?
That's right.
Because you're supposed to be in order at all times.
That's heavy. You bring out two circles, like you said somebody was a recon like that. He come back all scary. What does that do to the ranks behind you? They already defeated before they even go in the siege.
That's right.
You just spoke life into them. Or like you said, just like man, ain't nothing. Like a team, you know they ranked in the state. But you gonna go in there and talk about all the stats they do. No, we can beat these guys.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You done defeated your army or your guys, the younger men before you even siege the city.
That's how I cry.
Yeah, it's like it's important that that's heavy you bring it out too because there is power in speech too and in confidence. You know what I mean?
And he wasn't even in here when we said it.
I was.
Hey, but you were? Yeah. Hey, but that's heavy because we know words got power, right? That's the thing with us, man. That's why we can't get along with Esau. We two men of people because words mean nothing to him. He lie all day long for a living.
Right.
He got a whole damn job where all he do is lie to people all day long.
That's right.
Why you think a brother can't do their job well? A Hamite can, right? Obama, right? Obama could do it very well, right? He was well taught in the college of lies, right? But a brother cannot do that job, man. Right. Why you think when you get pulled over, Esau pull you over, he know if he continue to talk to you, you're gonna end up telling on yourself. Because that's not how we are, man. Words got power with us, man. Like I said, don't let nobody get you. If you listening, don't let nobody get you off your swivel. You're supposed to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. They were written for a reason, not to be ignored.
You already said.
Oh, most high Christ. Okay, now we getting up. Now we're gonna go into my next. So we got everybody got an example, right, of what courage looks like, right? Everybody got an example of what following orders and being courageous looks like, right? Now we about to go to the latter. We about to go to what happens when a brother don't follow. When a brother don't follow the orders, right? And guess what? They got a lasting effect in 2021. Let's get 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 1. 1 Samuel 15 and 1.
This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 1. Samuel also said unto Saul, the Most High sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel.
So Samuel was the only brother that had the power and authority to pour oil on somebody. If you were in this brother in school and if you a trooper, you know what being anointed means, right? You done got oil poured on your head. Samuel was such a great man that he appointed a king. Good night. Can you imagine that? He didn't make himself king. He appointed another man. So that go to show what job we got in here. Our job is way more important than that of a king. I hope I'm making sense. This what we try to do is way more important than being a king.
Yeah, right.
We anoint people. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Meanwhile, he gonna rule over all of Israel. But Samuel was more important to him. Good night. Just put that in perspective. Keep going.
Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Most High.
So he anointed Saul. He right, and he said, now therefore hearken unto the voice of the Most High. So this is something that he told him while he's pouring his head, right? Like Captain Either say, hey brother, you gotta think about it, right? You can turn and run away. This was Samuel telling him. You better when I pour this oil on your head, you better listen to the Most High power. He telling him this as he pouring on his head. Keep going.
Thus said the Most High of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt.
Good night. So he already, when he get anointed, right? When he get made king, he was given a duty and a responsibility to get rid of Amalek. Ooh, we look at Amalek today. He is the imposter, one of the imposters, right? It's another subset of them. I can't remember their name. Oh, Ashkenaz, right? But Amalek, he was told to be, it was a righteous judgment being done on Amalek, right? So while he getting oil poured on his head, his first duty was to get rid of somebody, right? Keep going.
Verse 3. Now go and smite Amalek.
Go and do what?
Smite Amalek.
What does smite mean? Just so everybody get a good grasp of what this means, okay?
Utterly destroy.
Utterly destroy. Let's see what Miriam says.
Salakia, if I may, smite as a verb, to deliver a blow to someone or something, usually in a strong, vigorous manner. And that's all they gave me.
So I got you.
Okay, Osai Craig.
Smite. To strike sharply or heavily, especially with the hand, or implement held in the hand. To kill or severely injure, to attack or afflict suddenly and injuriously.
That's basically what Officer Kowal said, right? To destroy, with the hammer of the Most High himself, right?
That's right.
You are supposed to do. Go ahead.
So like it, and this goes right here to show that the Most High don't forget that what you do to his people, man. He said, I remember, like,
Most High Christ.
Got that oil poured on his head. I remember what they did. I need them to take
right. Because
yeah.
Most High is a man of war, right?
That's right.
With a soldier, if you did something to my people, would I just let you walk off? Right. That's the thing that's why, like Esau, he wants you in the Christian church, right? Because you don't have the desire to get him to make sure everything that he deserves he get. As long as you sit in that house of Satan, you're gonna be making sure that Esau get preserved, right? We want our enemies to fall, right?
That's right.
We want everything that was done foul to us that they get recompense for it, right?
That's right.
They don't know what it feels like. Just put this sidebar. Just put this in perspective. Esau think that he can be everywhere that you are, but he can tell you when not to come somewhere where he is. Just put that in perspective. It's because he ain't never been dealt with right. He ain't never been put in his proper place like the Lord Lord has promised.
Right.
But if you sit in that Christian church, it won't happen. If you don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments, it won't happen.
That's right.
Keep going, brother.
Oh, God, sir.
Smite.
And utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not.
Destroy all of them and spare them not. So we ain't even supposed to have no mercy on them, right? When you go, this your first duty. To destroy them and don't give a damn about no feelings up in there, right? Keep going.
Oh, sir. But slay both man and woman, infant and suckling.
Infant
and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass.
So he not only was to smite them, he's supposed to kill man, woman, and child, and every damn foul beast that they had in there, right? Everything that lived was supposed to be put to death, right? Keep going.
And what that sounds like right there. Dash the little ones against the stone.
That's it.
Right.
Most
That
high.
sound like
Happily, right? Happily do it. Right.
Happy shall he be. That's right.
Happy shall he be doing it. Right.
Mm.
Keep going, brother.
Verse 4, and Saul gathered the people together and numbered them in Telaim, 200,000 footmen and 10,000 men of Judah.
Salakia. I just want y'all to grasp that they counted Judah separate. Okay. I just want y'all brothers, if y'all paying attention, it said 200,000 footmen and only 10,000 men of Judah. So what that say? Don't. All right. Don't shoot the messenger, brother.
That's right.
All right. Keep going, brother.
Verse 5, and Saul came to a city of Amalek and laid wait in the valley.
Keep going.
And Saul said unto the Kenites, go, depart, get you down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them.
Okay, so Saul showed a little bit of mercy, right, to another people. He said, I'm coming here to destroy these people.
Right.
You might want to get out of here.
Mm.
All right, you might want to take your women and children and flee this place because I'm about to rain hell on them.
Mm.
Right? I'm about to do something awful, and you might get caught up in it.
That's
if you
right.
don't leave right now, he would go ahead and forewarn some people, right? That's Israel all day. Like, boy, I'm about to do some awful things in here. Right? Player Club, what he say? If
right.
anybody in here that don't want to get murdered, right? In the wheelchair, yeah. That's how we do. We forewarn you, right? I'm about to do something real awful in here, right? So he warning the people. Give them a little bit of mercy, how Israel is, right?
That's right.
Give you a little. You don't have to be up in here with it. You can leave.
Mm-hmm.
But I was commanded to do something awful to these people.
Right.
Right? Keep going.
For ye showed kindness to all the children of Israel.
So he returned what? So as a nation of people that was evil, we were ordered to put them to death.
That's right.
Right? And the people that showed us kindness, we returned kindness back to them.
That's right.
I don't know what Christianity get this love everybody show. Because it ain't even in the Bible.
That's right.
This is an example. If people do well to you, and if you in 2021, there ain't no other people that do us well.
Right.
So guess what? You should not desire them to have no mercy.
Right.
You should get in these law, statutes, and commandments so that they can get everything they deserve.
Right.
And it should just be that cold. They don't have no problem. They don't have no problem keeping you destroyed, right? Most times, right. I don't understand what Christians saying. Loving everybody.
Right.
Everybody ain't deserve of your love. In this situation right here, Saul said, "Okay, you were kind to us. We're gonna kill you and your women and children. Go ahead and get them up out of here, brother." Keep going.
When they came out of Egypt, so the Canaanites departed from among the Amalekites.
Yeah, they were like, "Yeah, I see how y'all assembled and y'all got 10,000 Judites. Oh no, the Judah alone was like, oh no, that's too many. No, we out of here. We ain't worrying about the footmen, which I seen the 10,000 Judites, brother.
Right.
No, we scared. We getting up out of here.
Sir, would this be the story about whenever children of Israel came out of Egypt and they were passing through the different?
You got it.
And the Amalek came around.
Moab, yep. Moab was the Chinese were a certain kind of way, and you see that way is still the same way today. We got a little taste of their nature, right? And we now in 2021, we ignore their nature. We think that everybody is inherently good.
Right.
But the Lord put a difference between what? Israel and Egyptians, right?
That's right.
So guess what? It's a difference in everybody. It's the way they get down when they get together.
Mm.
When they outnumbered, they play soft and I'm no threat to nobody. But when they get their numbers up, Chief, it's on.
That's right.
We just don't understand that because of Christianity.
Right.
Everybody has a behavior pattern, and they always gonna gravitate to doing the same thing over and over again.
Right.
Mm.
This is why we're supposed to be in the book. You supposed to know you ain't supposed to join with no heathen because you already know what he about. What he gonna do?
That's right.
You know Amalek is about his bread, right?
That's right.
Right. You know Amalek is about having half of Brooklyn and got his own ambulance and hospitals. You know that's what he about. And police force.
Mm-hmm.
And you see you walking through there, you getting arrested. Right? It's a nature that all these people have. We just ignore it because of Christianity.
Mm.
Keep going, brother. Verse 7.
So verse 7. And Saul smote the Amalekites from Havilah until thou comest to Shur, that is over against Egypt.
So he is telling you how where he started, putting them to death. It's like giving you an area where he was doing it. Okay, keep going.
And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword.
So we talking about following commands.
Right.
What did he not do?
Right. Right.
What did he not do, brother?
So like to make sure he didn't kill everybody.
What he do? He preserved what?
The king.
So he had respect the person.
Oh, okay.
He was given a direct order that every living thing should be put to death,
Right.
and he preserved one, a male at that. Think about that, a male. It wasn't a female for a concubine or nothing like that. He preserved a male, a king.
Right.
Keep going.
Concert. But Saul and the people spared Agag and the best of the sheep and of the oxen and of the fattlings and the lambs and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them.
So he didn't follow orders, right?
Right.
So like it.
That's
He
what-
agreed to disagree.
Yeah, most high
Right, that's
soft ass, like a Salakia, soft ass over there agreeing to good disagree.
Salakia, and what's so heavy? We were talking about what a class a week ago, where we talk about rich men having many friends,
That's right.
Right.
and that was, it's showing itself here in this story with Saul.
Good night. Preserving a male.
Right.
I could see if it was said it was a fair woman and a male. That's because you agree to disagree, right? You over here saying the real soft stuff. Like I told you, if you're using the kind of verbiage, I already question you. I believe you're soft inside. If you agreeing to disagree, that's exactly what he did. Keep going, brother.
But everything that was vile and refused, that they destroyed utterly.
So he leaned on his own understanding, right? So he decided as king what was worthy of death and what was worthy to be saved, right? But that's not what he was commanded to do when he got the oil poured on his head. He was given a commandment to do something.
That's right.
And that's why I told you Samuel was what? More powerful than the king. He gave him his orders, his instructions as a soldier, what he was supposed to. The seat, man. It's sometimes it's that seat that you sitting in, right? You think that because you up here and you lord over brothers, that all of a sudden you above reproach. You can't be told what to do. You ain't a soldier no more, but you highly mistaken.
That's right.
Right? Because you sitting in the seat of a king or whatever. You think you ain't got to listen. You can disregard people, right? You can lean on your own understanding, right? This is an example of why you cannot. The Lord require you to be a soldier if you're an Israelite. You to follow orders, right? The minute the Lord tell you to do something, you do it. And like I said, you got oil poured on your head because you could have ran. You could have said, no, this ain't, no, I can't do that.
Right.
So you choose to sit in that seat. It was good to get all the goodly things, but it ain't good to follow commandments. You see that?
Right.
Keep going.
Verse 10. Then came the word of the Most High unto Samuel, saying, it repenteth me that I have set up Saul to be king.
What is he saying? What is it when he's saying I repenteth? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, he's saying I regret.
I regret. That's it. I regret that I raised this hard head. I told him something simple to do. Right? You took them with ease. You had 10,000 Judites. You took them with ease. I know I'm gonna keep saying it, brother. He had 10,000 Judites. You know what I'm saying? He took them with ease, brother.
Right.
And you couldn't do it. Keep going.
For he is turned back from following me, and have not performed my commandments.
So he was given an order, right? So he took. So if you don't keep the law, so this is Samuel talking, right? He's saying he didn't follow my basically he turned his back to following me because he didn't do what? Follow my commandments. Right. Why don't we equate this to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, right?
That's right.
You turn your back on the Most High when you don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right,
This is
right.
what basically Samuel is saying. You turn your back on me. You ain't even. I told you to do something. You turned your back on me because you didn't do it. So every time you eat that shrimp po' boy, you turning your back to the Lord, right?
That's right.
You in there eating the pickled pig feet from out the Circle K. No, the Circle K ain't got it, do they? They got the hot Bahama Mama. Yeah. Eating the firecrackers, right? Yeah. You in there doing that, you turning back on the Lord, man. Because you not listening, right? You're not listening to the commandments. You're not being a soldier.
That's
okay.
Right.
Keep going, brother.
And it grieved Samuel, and he cried unto the Most High all night.
So he repent. He was he regretted that he did it, and then he had a special love for his brother. That's why he raised him up, right? He cried about it, man. He cried that this was such a hard head brother, man.
Right.
Couldn't you the love for me? You couldn't just do it. The seat corrupted you that much that my words don't mean nothing. Can you imagine how that felt? Keep.
Salaki. And that brother just crying. It's just like when a brother crying because he lost 30 men. You know what I'm saying? He crying because like he was supposed to be destroyed. He was supposed to destroy everybody, the king included, for what he did to his people.
There you go.
That show you ain't care about your people, man.
Most High Christ.
I'm right.
And 2021, we live in the lasting effects of this disobedience.
Right.
The ones that wear the beaver hat with the beaver hat, the top hat that's down there in Brooklyn. Yeah, that's it. That's they people. 2021, we looking at them. Keep going, brother.
Verse 12. And when Samuel rose early to meet Saul in the morning, it was told Samuel, saying, Saul came to Carmel, and behold, he set him up a place, and is gone about, and passed on, and gone down to Gilgal.
So it says Samuel rose early, right, to meet him, and he set a place, right, and he said Samuel didn't even want to be there. He kept on going, right. Come find me,
Right.
Thou king, right. I'm the man. You come find me, right. I'm gonna keep on going. Keep going.
Sir. And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto him, Blessed be thou of the Most High. I have performed the commandment of the Most High.
So he tried to lie to him. So not only was he disobedient, he tried to come and act like, oh, look at this thing I did, man. I did exactly what you told me to do, knowing damn well he didn't.
Right.
Right. That's something simple like brother, did you print the flyers out? I told you to do 20. Yeah, I did. Yeah, look at how many I did. I did 15. Like just a little defiance, right? A little bit of I ain't following the orders all the way, right? That shit that stands out.
Right.
Okay, keep going.
Verse 14. And Samuel said, What meaneth then the beetling of the sheep in my ears, and the lowing of oxen which I hear?
So he's saying, if you did all that I told you to do, why I'm hearing sheep, and why I'm hearing the ox?
That's right.
Because I ain't supposed to be hearing no noise up in here. It's supposed to be quiet, like the Lord Himself rained hell down in this place. That everything is somber and quiet in here. But however, I'm still hearing sheep baying up in here. Right? He over here trying to lie to the man, but he can hear sheep. Keep going.
And Saul said, They have brought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared the beast of the sheep, best of the sheep and of the oxen, to sacrifice unto the Most High, thy power, and the rest we have utterly destroyed. So,
like I told you before, he leaned on his own understanding. He decided what was good, what was work, and then he think that the Lord gave him a commandment that you're gonna sacrifice what He told you to kill in the first place. You see the flaw in his logic. You was told to kill them all. He don't even want it on his altar. He didn't say, "Oh, go kill the Amalekites and bring me the best out of." He would have commanded you to do that, right? Keep going.
Then Samuel said to Saul, Stay, and I will tell thee what the Most High hath said to me this night. And he said unto him, Say on. Verse 17. And Samuel said, when thou wast little in thine own sight, was thou not made the head of the tribes of Israel? And the Lord anointed thee king over Israel?
So he asking, he said, when thou was little in thy own sight. So he's saying, even though you was a grown man, you was a nobody, right? You was little in your own sight. You knew you wasn't nothing. You knew you weren't special. You was a lowly man, right? Old regular Benjamite, right? You know, he said, but the Lord made you king, made you mighty, right? Didn't he made you the head of all tribes, right? He made you the head of all tribes, and you was a lowly man. He tried to give him a perspective of what's going on with him. Keep going.
And the Most High sent thee on a journey and said, go and utterly destroy the sinners of the Amalekites and fight against them until they be consumed.
So he was given, like we keep saying, he was supposed to consume them, right? That means nothing left, right? They would gobble them all up. They ain't physically eating them, but it ain't gonna be nothing left, man. We gonna eat, football, what they say? We get them yards. Yeah, you eat them up, right? Consume them all. There's nothing left. Keep going.
Wherefore, then didst thou not obey the voice of the Most High?
He didn't do what?
Obey the voice of the Most High.
Right? To not be obedient is not what? Is not following orders, man. When you disobedient, you are not following orders. When you get a command, you're not following them. You're being disobedient.
That's right.
Keep going.
But didst fly upon the spoil, and didst evil in the sight of the Most High.
He said you flew on the spoil, right? You saw all them little lamb, right? That nice strong ox, right? And you did evil to the Lord when you ain't kill him like he was told to do. That was an evil thing you did. Keep going.
And Saul said unto Samuel, yea, I have obeyed the voice of the Most High, and have gone the way which the Most High sent me, and have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites.
So he brought back a male, right? So he didn't destroy nothing. Right? Like I told you, if it was a female, and you was like, oh, maybe somebody could have been like, okay, I see why he brought nah. But he was commanded to do all of them.
That's right.
He was commanded to destroy every last one of them, man, woman, and child. Right? He chose not to do it. And he come to Samuel acting like he did a good thing. And he not really grasping, because you hear him keep saying, nah, man, look what I did. I destroyed him. Right. Like he lying. He actually lying to himself. Right. Because Samuel already know he didn't do it. Right. You lying to yourself. You trying to make it seem like you did something. What they do in the church? Salaki is fleeting me right now. But they rationalize their evil doings, right? They're always trying to make a damn excuse. Always trying to say, that deed that they did, it was good intentions in it, right? But it was evil as hell in the first place.
Well, that's heavy you bring that to, sir. You're right. Christians do that crap in the Christian church. The pastor, well, I got the church fund, I got the choir, whole time the choir director gave. Or I got the members that you asked me to do, but you ain't saying thus said the Lord. That's right. So they always, they don't keep, like you said earlier. This same thing applies to the Christian church. Exactly. It's a parallel.
It's our life.
Right.
That's how we roll. All right, keep going, brother.
Verse 21. But the people took of the spoil sheep and oxen, the chief of the things which should have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto the Most High thy power in Gilgal.
Keep going.
Verse 22. And Samuel said, hath the Most High as great delight in burnt of furlings, and offerings and sacrifices, as in obedience the voice of the Most High? As
in obeying the voice of the Most High. So he's saying, why would the Most High have great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices over you being obedient?
That's right.
Right? He asking the question, why would he give a damn about a sacrifice when you were supposed to be obedient? He much rather have you be obedient. Right? Is what he's trying to say.
That's
Keep going.
Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice.
Right.
And to hearken than the fat of rams.
Right. He'd much rather you be obedient than you to be burning some damn the fat on the animal, right? He much rather you just do what you told to do, right? Be a soldier, right? Keep going.
Verse 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
Keep going.
And stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
So he making a comparison, right, to something that is unlawful, right? He trying to say for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, right? We know if you selling dope, what we brother say, that's a sin, right? Right. He's saying that's disobedience is on that level.
That's right.
Right. And he's saying and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. So it's the same thing. Like you just whatever somebody tell you to do, you gonna buck. You always going against the brothers, man. You don't think about brothers before you do things. You just do whatever because you stubborn, man. You just want to do your own thing, right? He making a comparison to sin with it. Keep going.
Because thou hast rejected the word of the Most High, he has also rejected thee from being king.
Keep going. Everybody heard that loud and clear, right? So Saul lost his kingdom because of this right here.
Right.
Keep going.
And Saul said unto Samuel, I have sinned, for I have transgressed the commandment of the Most High, and thy words, because I feared the people and obeyed their voice.
So why did he listen? Because he didn't fear the Most High.
Right.
He feared the people.
Right. That's right.
That's what Christianity does, right?
Right.
We will bring right. There ain't no soldiers in Christianity. A soldier follow law, statutes, and he do what he told to do, right? He does thus saith the Lord. He don't give a damn about no big girl sitting in the front row with that big old hat. She don't strike no fear in a real man. You know what I'm saying? All that power and authority you think you got in that Christian church, a real man would not be moved by it. Right? A real soldier would do thus saith the Lord. Keep going, brother.
Verse 25. Now therefore, I pray thee, pardon my sin, and turn again with me, that I may worship the Most High. Verse 26. And Samuel said unto Saul, I will not return with thee, for thou hast rejected the word of the Most High, and the Most High have rejected thee from being king over Israel. And as Samuel turned about to go away, he laid hold upon the skirt of his mantle, and it had rent.
So when he walked away from this brother, it hurt him. He was ripping like, you know how brother get when he get mad? Y'all don't win the championship. Every brother pulling and tugging on his jersey. That's renting. That's like you tearing. So you showing it's frustration. He mad that this brother that he has to walk away from a brother he loved, right? A brother that he poured oil on his head. So not only did he have love and compassion for him, but he chose this man, right? So it's a reflection on Samuel.
That's right.
Right? And the brother don't really recognize that. Like what we were saying earlier. If you disobey, you don't follow orders, it's a reflection on the brothers above you. Samuel took it just like that. He make me look bad again in front of the Lord. I didn't choose wisely. I didn't choose the right one because he can't even follow. He can't even listen to me. Right? Let's go down to Salakia. Okay. Keep going, brother.
Verse 28. And Samuel said unto him,
we're gonna get to this last little bit so we can see what how Amalek walked off into the sun said. Okay, keep going.
The Most High have rent the kingdom of Israel from thee this day, and has given it unto a neighbor of thine that is better than thou.
Good night. So he telling him the same way I rent this, I tear this, the Lord is tearing the kingdom. He tearing all of Israel away from you, the kingdom, and he giving it to a neighbor. Who is his neighbor? The children of thy people, right?
Right.
King David was his people, his neighbor, right? That's where it went, right into his hands. He let him know he was forewarned that he was losing it. That's why you start reading the scriptures. He was throwing javelins at him and everything because he knew what was coming. It was jealousy, right? That everything that David was doing was so glorious, right? And I sinned this one time, and look what happened. Keep going.
Verse 29, and also the strength of Israel will not lie nor repent, for he is not a man that he should repent.
Keep going.
Then he said, I have sinned, yet honor me now, I pray thee, before the elders of my people and before Israel, and turn again with me, that I might worship the Most High thy power. So Samuel turned again after Saul, and Saul worshiped the Most High.
So he showed him mercy. He was walking away from him. He still did his priestly duty, right? Still went ahead and let him praise the Lord with him. You know what I'm saying? Still was a brother. We talking about brotherhood. He still turned and helped, still let him, worship the Lord. You can't reject him. He just seeing, right? Everything that was told that was going to happen, it happened.
That's right.
But I'm still going to be a brother, right? That's why you go off and you run back off into the world. You can come back in here. You just going to have to go through a test, brother. Right? Because there ain't no telling what you was doing out there. So we'll still be brothers when you come back again. Right? Same thing. Keep going.
Then said Samuel, bring ye hither to me Agag, and the king of the Amalekites. And Agag came unto him
Delicately. It's like soft. Right? Just like a old soft. Man, he coming like he is so soft. He can't harm nobody. Right? That sounds just like you know who. Keep going.
And Agag said, surely the bitterness of death is past. And Samuel said, as thy sword hath made women childless, so shall thy mother be childless among women. And Samuel hewed Agag in pieces before the Most High in Gilgal.
Okay. Keep going.
Then Samuel said, Ramah, and Saul went up to his house to
Gibeah of Saul.
Saul. And Samuel came no more to see Saul until the day of his death. Nevertheless, Samuel mourned for Saul, and the Most High repented that he had made Saul king over Israel.
So no more did he ever return to give him any wise counsel. Right? He never was able to hear no wise words from Samuel. Samuel was against him from that day on. Right? Because what he did was his disobedience. He lost the kingdom. Went to King David. King David got counsel after that. Right? The Lord was with him. All right, man. That's bottom line is, if you a brother and you want to reject Christianity, you want to reject Islam, and you want to be your true calling to be a soldier, right? You should get in the doors of the ISUPK under Commander General YAHANNA, right? And get out of that Christian church, right? Get out of that Muslim mosque, because you're not learning how to be a man of the Lord, right? The Israelite men are required to be soldiers, and that's what we want in the ISUPK. All right. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class off to Officer Bonkier for security announcements.
ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has